for coming out this morning. This is kind of a special event for us to recognize a milestone for our department. We've got some special guests here today that we want to introduce. First, I'm going to ask Chris Hampton. He's the area director of rural development, to come up, and he's going to introduce some folks from rural development we have here. And then after they get done, we'll have a few remarks from Mayor Striblin. So again, thank everybody for being here. I want to thank all my firefighters, and we got Anita Puckett with a member of our county commission that's here, and also the emergency services committee. Proud to have her. So just a great day in DeKalb County for our fire department. So Chris.
Thank you. Well, this is your guys' day. You guys are the heroes of DeKalb County. You provide essential public service, fire protection. It's you make it happen, and we're just happy to be able to participate and provide some funding that can help you get the equipment you need to get the job done. Some of the folks in our organization help make this happen. Back in the back, Miss Alice Wills, who's running the camera, area technician in the Cookeville office. If you call and ask for me, you're probably going to get her. If you need some information, you're probably going to have to talk to her. But she keeps us straight, keeps us going. Our state director is with us today, Mr. Jim Tracy, and I'll introduce him. Former state senator. He came to us with this administration, and exceptionally good leadership for us, and he helps us administer the funds and gets them to you guys in a timely and efficient manner so you can use them accordingly. But Mr. Tracy.
All right, Chris. First of all, let me just say again what Chris said. Appreciate all of y'all's service. What you're doing protecting citizens of DeKalb County. When you go to sleep every night, just think, that you're helping people, and that's what we're here on this earth to do, is help others. And you're helping. If somebody has a fire, an emergency, y'all are there. Chief Green and I go back a ways. He reminded me this morning that when they opened the fire academy, we stood together. So also too, I've been to DeKalb County quite a bit over the years. Sometime, Mayor, I was here as a basketball official, so I've been called every name in the book, so there's no problem there. And also here as a state senator, y'all really remember when we had all those, about the bridges, building the bridges. I came and did a town hall meeting. I think it came twice, and did town hall meetings with the assistant commissioner of TDOT. So I really like DeKalb County. Got a beautiful county here. It is a rural county, as Chief and I were talking about. In rural development, what we're all about in rural development is helping rural communities prosper. Well, one of the things you got to do as a rural community, if you're going to retain jobs, bring people in, you got to be protecting the community. Well, fire services with a new fire truck that we were able to help provide with these funds, it's very important when people move into this community. DeKalb County is a very diverse community. You've got the lake out there, which is a whole different ball game compared to other parts of the county. County Commissioner Anita, it's different. It's a different deal. But we're glad to be here today. We're glad to help, because we know at rural development, if rural Tennessee prospers, like DeKalb County, we know that all Tennessee is prospering. So, and if you're helping protect citizens, keep them safe, and you're using some of the funds that we were able to provide through this grant to help keep these citizens safe, that means we're helping communities do that. And we're glad to be here today to help DeKalb County and be a part of this. It's great that y'all are out here today, and appreciate y'all coming. And thanks again, Chief, for doing it. And I know we got the mayor coming up next.
Let's give rural development. Next we have County Mayor Tim Striblin. He gave me I was in Lebanon in a training, I guess it was last fall or something, or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And he gave me a call, and he said, hey, he ran into Chris at a meeting. He said, we have an opportunity to get a grant. Is there something you can use this for? I said, absolutely. We can find ways to improve our fire services. So we first started talking about buying a fire truck, and as we learned more about the grant, we had an opportunity to buy 3 fire trucks with this and impact 3 communities. And I'm not going to get into stealing all of Tim's thunder, but I just wanted to say he was the initiator with Chris and getting this going, and we appreciate you giving us support in that. And also the county commission supported us in getting the match that was required on this program. So Tim.
Thank you, Donnie. And I want to again thank the volunteer fire department in DeKalb County for what you do for this county to keep us safe. And Donnie has said part of it. I was at a conference in Cookville, at a Tech Ready conference, and I saw Chris Hampton, and I went over and I asked, I said, Chris, I said, is there any kind of grants available for the little people, or, you know, for the little counties? And we got to talking, and sure enough, there was a grant that we'd be able to purchase maybe one fire truck. And then he called me a few months later, and I think there were 3 or 4 that were available for small counties, and not all counties applied. And he said, how would you like another grant? And I said, that would be super. So out of those 2 grants, we were able to purchase 3 fire trucks and some equipment. And I just want to thank Mr. Tracy for his work at rural development, and Chris. You know, we had to work closely together, and you know, Donnie was a big part in writing grants. Donnie's no stranger to writing grants, so I knew I had somebody in my back pocket that could, you know, really push this thing forward. So I just want to thank rural development and thank the DeKalb County Volunteer Fire Department for what y'all do.